Good morning. Good morning. I am coming to you live. Yes, I'm coming to you live. Last Sunday was a video because I was with Tim and Teddy. And Tim and Teddy, my boys, left this morning. After almost 2 weeks together, that was so special and so wonderful and so nice. They left to go home. They had to leave to go home. It was time, but that didn't mean that I don't miss them already. It's good morning, Jackie. Great. I've got you down. And Wendy, your boys will be home soon. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I really thoroughly. Hey, Benita. Okay, so I have Jackie, Wendy, and Benita down. Perfect. Hey, Leslie. Leslie, you came in right at the same time, so okay. Got to get you in there. Good morning. Good morning. I know I keep saying it over and over again. It was a special 10 days. I can't tell you any more than that. I know, but now you're here, Jackie. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I love your being here and that wonderful energy that you always bring. It's just been so special these last 10 days. I took the red bus, which I hadn't taken before, to Miami, and I did send them an email because they offered business class, which thank you, Leslie, which I took, and they promised Wi-Fi and outlets to charge your devices. Neither of those worked, so I let them know so that they can improve their service because it really was convenient to take the bus there. And of course, then we had a few days in Miami, and then from there, the tour started. So it was really nice, and Tim and Teddy and I just took off and we went to Gaylord Ponds in Kissimmee, which is like all enclosed with different atria of different natures, and it was just really cool. I mean, it's almost like going to Disney, but in a smaller version. So everything is there that you need, and especially the water park was there. Yes, I've got the Teddy glow, Leslie. There is no doubt about it. And before he left, I got my hugs and kisses, and he said, "I'm going to miss you, Nana." And of course, I just melted away at that one. So I'm hoping to see him soon. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Wendy is able to come up next month, and then she will bring him up also, and we'll get to have fun. And maybe Sean or Rosie may come too. I don't know, but I would love it. I would love it. As soon as they backed out of the driveway and I saw the car leave, it was like, I miss you already. I just can't help it. But I gotta tell you about, this fun trip we had. And then it was the glass bottom boat, which I hadn't done since I was probably in middle school, which they call junior high then. And I went with my parents. So that was exciting to do some things that I hadn't done before that were, or had not done in a long time. And I skipped a beat. Before the glass bottom boat, we went to Gatorland, and Teddy got to feed the gators. That was okay. It was wonderful. And then we ended up at St. Augustine Beach, and we were at the beach for a day. We also toured the city, but the heat was very oppressive. And it's really kind of sad because the St. Augustine really relies on its student population to use as employees in the restaurants. So we really, and I think part of it was we were not willing to continue walking after doing the fort, castle, the Castillo, to see what was really open because we were kind of done in with the heat. So then we headed home, but it was really wonderful. Now, you know how much I love working with the law of attraction and especially Abraham Hicks. So one of the things that we started doing with Teddy is, and you're going to hear this, Wendy, for the first time, so Tim is going to be practicing at home too. Yay, Angie. So what we started was a joy jar, and it's really just, for Teddy's 5, so it's not like we're going to make a big deal about it, but each time that he used like please or thank you, he's 5. We're going to keep it simple. Please or thank you, or asked in a nice voice rather than the ordering voice that a 5-year-old can use. Then we put a marble in the jar. And so when the jar gets full, there'll be something special for him. Now, if he chooses to be negative, because he's 5, you know, let's face it, we all have our times and our moods, then a marble comes out. But this is just a concrete way for him to see how when you are being positive and being in this friendly, loving space, that's what comes to you. So we'll see how it goes. He's 5. You know, we'll see how it goes. But I figured it would be a good shot at practicing how we talk to each other and what the responses can be. And he's adorable. What can I say? And so he was so excited, because what we did was take all the marbles out of the jar that he had accumulated so far, so that that same number, because Tim has a jar plus marbles to go home with, so those marbles will go in his jar at home, and then he can keep adding to it. So like I said, we'll see how long this lasts. Maybe what goes in there will not be marbles. It'll have to be something else. I don't know. But we're practicing being positive. And to me, that was the most important part. So the trip was fine. I loved the joy jar. It was absolutely amazing. And I can't tell you how beautiful this time is. It's yeah. As Leslie says, I have the Teddy glow, and that's absolutely true. So let's get to it. Now that I've shared with you those things, there's something else that I want to share too, because we are going to do the full moon reading, and I'm going to talk about the full moon before we just talk about what's happening today astrologically. But the full moon in Aquarius, because we're going to have another one next month in Aquarius. This full moon was at 1 degree-ish on Friday night. And the moon is still in Aquarius now. It is still full. So that's why we're doing the full moon reading today. Yes, he is adorable, Ruth. I know he is so adorable. He already, and okay, I'm doing an aside again. I'm sorry, I have to do this. But Teddy shared with my neighbor came over, brought him a coloring book, and Ruth came over and brought him some chocolate, and my friend Gay, who did not get to see him, but dropped off a stuffed dinosaur for him. And you know, you've seen the pictures with the dinosaur PJs, so you know how much he likes that. So he got to educate each person on all Godzilla and dinosaurs and all the other stuff. So Ruth got her own education when she came over too. So this full moon was so exciting. Aquarius, an air sign, Leo, a fire sign. So just as the sun moved into Leo, we had that full moon. So it was right at the beginning degrees of Aquarius, which means that we'll have another full moon next month in Aquarius at the ending degrees of Aquarius. So this full moon was about waking up to the next step. And we've been really waking up. And it's about being awake and aware. And that's what this has been about. And this full moon had a strong impact for me. And I have to share this because we're all a work in progress, and we're all working on things. Well, in growing up, my father really did not really pay much attention to me as a girl, because boys were more important because they carried the Merrill name and they would carry on whatever. So my half brother was always, who I adored, was always like, because he could have cared less about how my father felt about these things. So I always felt like I was not seen or heard. And part of it was because I was a girl, and that's how those things happen. So I've been working on this. This is one of those things that I've been working on. So when you're not seen and heard, when you feel overlooked, then you always want to not be left out. You always want to be included. You always want to be seen and heard. That's all part of what I have been not struggling. It hasn't been a struggle. It's been an awareness that I need to work on this. And I want to work on it because it feels better when I come from a place of love. Well, this full moon really seemed to clean a lot of the dust in the corners of this trigger that I've been working on. And it felt so liberating. It felt so wonderful to have this new awareness that, of course, I'm always seen and heard. Now, it's not about standing up on my soapbox and my message must be seen or heard. That's not quite like that. It's the inner part of us. It's we as a person, as a soul, as a being are here. And with those people that we care about, we want to have that interchange and exchange where you are acknowledged, accepted, and seen and heard. That's how I take that from. So it was really a good one. This for me, because overall it is about how your past plays into now, and how do you fit in with your friends in the groups and community organizations, because that's Aquarius. So it's, how do you fit in? Is it that I must have it this way, or I am here because I'm me? I am this authentic person, and I show up as that authentic person, living fully in that authenticity and sharing my gifts. It's not that I must be seen and heard. That's in a negative sense, where you're pushing people aside and you're going to be there out front because that's what you need. This is about knowing that this is who you are. And this is a new day and a new time for that to be shared. And this is where Aquarius shows up, because it's all about being unique and inventive and different. And in that uniqueness is your authenticity. That's the part I love so much. In that uniqueness is your authenticity, and that's how you show up. Think about that. That's how you show up. You've been working on boundaries. I mean, that's been one of the readings that I have worked with my clients a lot with. It's because it's important to know who you are and what boundaries that you have there. And you've been creating those boundaries in that authenticity, because you don't have to be seen and heard everywhere. You know who you are. You don't have to be out there spreading that or letting so many people in. You now know exactly who you are and can be discriminating in the goodness that you want to allow. It's that discernment, the discernment, not the judgment, but the discernment of who you're allowing in, because you're showing up as you, the beautiful, wonderful you that you are. Showing up as your authentic self, showing up as your unique self. And that's what this new moon has made you aware of. So these new ideas, this brilliance, this inventiveness, community connections, and new expectations of how you want to show up. It can be something entirely different. Who knows? That's up to you. That's the beauty of it. That is up to you. Also, the moon in Aquarius is in the Leo sun, and Uranus and Taurus creates this T-square. And it's sending all the energy to Scorpio, which is giving you that deep understanding of what's happening. And you're getting it all under control because you know. You actually know. So for today, the sun is in Leo, of course. We just moved into Leo last Thursday. And it's about the passion and the focus and feeling special, because you are. It's that knowing that you're truly special. The moon, again, is still full in Aquarius, and we're wide awake and aware. Doesn't that feel liberating? To me, that feels so liberating. Mercury is opposite Pluto today. So we're going to get actually really focused, because Pluto digs deep. Mercury is communication and awareness, and you are going to get that done. And this is all positive. Mercury moves into Taurus on Tuesday, Leo on Tuesday, because it's been in Cancer, and all the way through August 12th. And the moon also opposes Mars today, so that puts us into action of what we're aware of, what we're doing. At 11:30 tonight, 11:30-ish tonight, the moon moves into Pisces. And as it does that, just before midnight, it joins up actually with Jupiter as it's coming back into Aquarius. And this is what happens beneath the surface is now coming to the forefront. All those thoughts, those thoughts that you have of, this would be really nice if, or what if, and this is how I'd like to see myself, this is how I'd like to show up, this would really make me happy. All of those types of thoughts, those are coming to the surface to be activated. And that's what makes it unbelievable. unbelievable. That's where the magic happens. So where that magic happens, excuse me, let me just move this off to the side. Wherever that magic is happening for you, because it's different for every person. Wherever that magic is happening for you, that's where you're going to show up. That's what you're going to show up for. And it may be totally different. That's the cool part about this. It could be something totally different. So I really hope, and right now I would like very much for you to see, excuse me, see yourself as your unique, authentic self and how you want to show up. Not how you need to, not how you're supposed to, but how you want to show up this time, at this special time. How do you want to show up? And with that, we're going to start this full moon in Aquarius reading. And by the way, next Sunday is horoscopes, August horoscopes. But right now, I'm shuffling for that unique, authentic self of you. How is it? What awarenesses? I shared mine in learning that of how fully I can just be me and all that other stuff doesn't matter. What I thought was important about being seen and heard really isn't, because I already know that I am. It's a totally different way of showing up, and showing up as yourself. Okay, let me take the summary card, put it off to the side I take that from the bottom of the deck, put it off to the side. So we have 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we already have 2 major arcana cards. First, what have I created and manifested since the new moon? Now, this is very interesting because this is the a major arcana card, which again is higher level. Yes, Jackie, just be you. And you do that so beautifully. You are the perfect example of just being so loving and accepting of you. And that's what this card is saying, is that's what we have learned. You're practicing it, Jackie, and you're an example for all of us, and you share that with us, which I absolutely love. We're all learning to share that, because we can look at what you do as your own individual self as that example of showing up as you, and we can say, well, I can't really do that. That's Jackie does that so well. Well, we don't do Jackie, we do ourselves. It's about our being us, our showing up as who we are. And that's what this is saying. What have I created and manifested since the new moon? I've learned to trust my intuition. I've learned to know that this is who I am. And I can show up like that. I can show up that way. Without judgment, self-judgment especially, but with discernment of doing me, not what somebody thinks I should be, not what I'm supposed to be, not all of those things that of the shoulds, like they say, stop shoulding on yourself. Don't should this. I am this. And that's what this is saying. What you have learned is to be you. Now, the action part comes later, and that's what's going to be activated today with Mars and the moon. So that's really important. Where am I now? I have learned to be fully in charge of my feelings. I'm not sure how that's showing up on the screen here with the light. I've learned to be fully in charge of my feelings. I embrace them. My cup is full to overflowing. I love. Notice I didn't add anything after that. That's up to you. I love. This is really important. Not only have you learned to be you and understand you without judgment, you're now learning to love who you are and understanding that that's really important. What is coming into my conscious awareness? This is the 6 of Pentacles, and this is about, Pentacles, of course, is the earth sign, and it does relate to money. What this is saying is, I've learned that I can share my gifts with others. I've learned to, thank you, Ruth. I've learned to share those gifts with others. I know it exactly who I am. I know that I have value, and I know that these gifts and things of who I am, I can share with others freely, without self-judgment, without any judgment. I can be discerning in how I want to do that. There is that difference between discernment and judgment, and that's what is really critical to understand in this card. Am I sharing what I should be sharing, or am I sharing who I am with the full authenticity? Yes, the gifts are your purpose. Thank you, Jackie, because that's perfect. That's perfect. Your gifts are your purpose for being here. They are important to be shared. That is so, wow, that's a big one. Whew, that one was a big one. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, 4. What is no longer serving me? Okay, now, it is very interesting that we had the 6 of Pentacles with sharing. What is no longer serving me? This is the 10 of Pentacles, and it's generally described as being the final, 10 being the final one, and then we start a new cycle over again with the Ace, which is what is the beginning and inspiration in the tarot deck. But so this is usually everything is perfect. So what is no longer serving me? What is no longer serving me is how I think life should be within family, my business, all the other things, how it should be. This is about, I'm giving up what it should be to acknowledge how I want to see it. Let's face it, when we think of families today, they aren't exactly the traditional families. Every family is different in its combination. It doesn't always have 2 parents living together in the same house. It doesn't always have the same look. All the children are not necessarily the biological parents, children of the parents. I mean, there's just so many different ways. But each time, these families are based in love. So when the question of this card is, what is no longer serving me? What is my expectation of that? My life? Is it how I think it should be lived according to other people and according to what's expected of me? Or is it about me and how I live it in love? And that's what this is saying. The other part of this card that really just was downloaded to me is unbelievable, is that this is your power. Acceptance of what is and who you are with love is your power. Wow. Because Pentacles is about money. It's your power. If you don't have to hide, if you're being accepting of who you are, you can share, you can be out there. If that's part of your business or your side hustle or however you are viewing it, that's bringing abundance. Now, abundance comes in many ways, and looks differently. But whatever that is for you, that's what comes back to you. That was the whole purpose of the joy jar with Teddy. It's that knowing that if he shares with love and kindness, that's what he gets back. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. It's about owning that power. Yes, taking back the power. Yeah, we really never lost it. We just hid it away somewhere underneath self-doubt, self-judgment, all those other words that we may want to use. But it's always been there. How can I release and let go of these energies? Okay, this is interesting. How can I release and let go of these energies? This is the 3 of Wands. And this is generally the card that says, that, because we've got the 2 of Wands coming as the next card. So it's usually 2 of Wands is I'm sending my message out into the world, and the 3 of Wands is it comes back to me. So how can I release and let go of how can I release and let go of these energies? This is about the joy jar. This is about understanding, and it's everything that I just said about the 10 of Pentacles. And this is, again, Wands, which is passion and purpose. And that is your inner spirit. That is what comes back to me. releasing those energies, what comes back to me is the power that I already own, but forgot that I did. Again, it's that reclaiming. It's that taking it back of what you already have. Wow. Okay. So how can I release and let go of these energies is just knowing that when I do, the goodness that comes to me is absolutely amazing. Okay. Let me see if I can say it differently, because I don't get words. I get the feeling and understanding of what it is that I'm supposed to share. It's the joy jar in action. The kindness, the acceptance of ourselves, the knowing our own power, the knowing of who we are and what we're doing is what attracts all of this goodness to us. More abundance, more love, more kindness, more clients, more whatever. Knowing who we are and accepting it, standing in your own power is so magnetic. And that's what this card is saying. You are the magnet for whatever you want and desire by being your authentic self. By being your unique and authentic self. That is what this Aquarius full moon is about. And it's still those energies. So acknowledge them. Acknowledge what's been happening for you. What additional resources are available to me? And now, the Two of Wands. Again, this is not the traditional way of interpreting these cards, but it's what intuitively the messages that I'm getting. What additional resources are available to me? Well, that is sharing my uniqueness, having a platform, whatever that platform may be. Maybe it's here on Facebook, like what's happening today. Maybe it's on Zoom. Maybe it's just talking to a friend, talking to someone online. Yesterday, we had to go find marbles for this joy jar. And so I ended up at Hobby Lobby with Teddy, who was a big help to me, and we had a ball, just the two of us. And so there was a lady in line behind us, and we struck up a conversation. She was buying yarn because she wants to make an Afghan, which not now in 100 plus heat up here, but at some point. But the yarn was on sale, so she was going to get it now. And then we started sharing things, and just whatever comments she was making, I was relating it in a positive way. Maybe it's just talking to that person that you're in the grocery store line with. Maybe it's, or Hobby Lobby, or wherever. It's sharing that positive message, that magnetic you of that passion that you have for life, that passion that you have for who you are. Now think about that. The passion that you have for your own you, the passion that you have for your uniqueness, your individual authentic self. Now feel passionate about it. That's what this is about, because it's the Two of Wands, fire sign, passion. It's about sharing that passion for life wherever and whoever you can. If it's about your business, all the more wonderful that is. But if it's just to share the message of positivity and love, how much better can it get? Well, the summary card is the Emperor. Now, this is an energy. It's not necessarily that you have to be a male to understand this. This is the energy of the Emperor, is about having it all. Knowing in that fullness of that awareness that you have it all. And you can be it all. There's nothing that you can't have. And you share it, because there is so much love in that heart that you share it. Now, is it done in the same nurturing fashion as the Empress? No. This is done with that male energy of it. Again, we all have that, whether we're male or female. We have that energy to pass that on, and that's what this card is about. I love this reading, because it's all about understanding who you are, with this full moon especially, understanding who you are, accepting it, not judging it, not doubting it, and not being critical of who you are. Yes, it's our birthright, Jackie. Thank you so much for that, because it is so true. Own it. That's what the Emperor is saying. Own it. Your uniqueness, not somebody else's. Sometimes you may practice using the habits or qualities of somebody else to feel more secure in you before you do your uniqueness, and that's okay. But make sure it's just you, because everybody else is taken. You've got to just be you, which makes it so perfect. So for the cards for today, what I'd really like to do again is, I love these spirit animal oracles. So I am going to take this deck, and the cards for those, it was 4 people, because Leslie came in just at the same time as Benita. So let me put these cards off to the side, and let me shuffle these. I love these cards. They're so beautiful and so perfect. So wonderful. Okay, so Jackie first. Let me get these cards off to the side. Get these shuffled really quickly. These are so wonderful. These are some of my favorite now. Okay, here we go, Jackie. You're going to love this, Jackie. This is called the chameleon spirit. Now, if anybody has seen you on Facebook, that is exactly what you are, with every day when you're posting the colors and the outfits and who you are and the combinations of clothing for being yourself, living in your own style. This is so perfect because this aligns so much with you. This is called chameleon spirit. Act as if. Act as if you are whatever. Act as if I am whatever. Act as if I own whatever. Now, this card is for everybody. Jackie has been good enough to show up and comment first. So, but this card applies. This is how Tarot Flow and the online tarot gallery reading works. Each person gets a card, but there's a message in it for everyone. Act as if. Own it. Maybe you don't have it yet, but own it and act as if you already have it. This is gorgeous, the chameleon spirit. I love that. Jackie, that is so perfectly used. Thank you for showing up today and sharing that card with us, because that is perfect. Yes, I know. That's why I've had them for a while, Trisha, and then all of a sudden I was doing some work with Kat. She and I are working together on some things, and she reminded me that I have them, and I broke them out, and now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm back to these again. So yes, I love these. And by the way, another belated but very happy special birthday, Trisha. Yes. They say fake it till you make it, but we're not talking about faking it. We don't want to fake ownership of who we are. We want to say we are that. Maybe the end result and what we choose to attract with that hasn't happened yet. But absolutely, it's own it and be it, even if you don't have it just yet. Okay, Wendy. Huh, interesting. So you're going to have to figure out what this exactly means here. These cards stick together. This is called Porcupine Spirit. Time for beginner mind. Okay, what does that mean? That means there's new beginnings coming. It could be that kids moving in and out. It could be things at work. It could be whatever. What I'm feeling is that this is a new stage, a new place that you're moving into. And how do I do this? Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. Oh, hey, Pam. I'm so glad you're here. I know you've been on the road and you've been doing so many things, but I'm so glad you're here with us. Thank you so much for being here. And wishing you all the best. absolutely wishing you all the best. We're all sending you positive energy. So this feels so it's a new beginning. But whatever this new beginning, whether it's personal, job, family, whatever it happens to be, whatever this new beginning is, you have to treat it as brand new. Now you have life experience, you have things that you already know, you have those kinds of things happening because you've lived life. What this is saying is act and treat it as brand new. And how do you start it? How does it begin again? And this is an interesting one, and I think that there's more to this that you and I'll talk about, because I'd love to hear how you interpret this card. But it feels like it's time to put the outline down on paper about how we're going to get this started and what it is that you desire out of this, in this authentic new you. This is what this full moon is about. So interesting, very interesting. Yeah, we need to talk, Wendy. Okay, and for those of you that may not know, Miss Wendy Vargas is Teddy's mama, and she, in her own right, is a beautiful, independent, loving woman. So I'm interested to see what this new beginning is, or what, and it could be just a mindset. It doesn't have to be something physical, a different way of thinking about things. And especially, this was the first time, yes, this was the first time, this is the longest Wendy's ever been away from Teddy. So that alone in itself, for those of you that have children, and Tim went with my Nana and my mother for 1 week when he was 11 months old, and I was in school because I had him at 20, so I took time out, and I was, in school, college, and I was like beside myself because it was like where that whole presence of your child, okay, 1 day or 2 days, but after that it was like I totally missed him. So I know Wendy does. Okay, Benita. This is one of my favorite cards. This is called Wolf Spirit, which is turn knowledge into wisdom. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So this is saying, Benita, all your life experience and all the things that you've learned have made you a wiser person, of greater understanding, and greater, I'm hearing self-acceptance as part of that too. So that really makes it special. By the way, it's 11:39 a.m. and that's when Tim was born. So the 11:39 in the morning. Okay, here we are, wisdom. Knowledge is knowledge, and it's how we do things, how we understand things, but being wise about it is how we apply it to ourselves, especially to ourselves. We can make more conscious decisions about how we move forward because we have the understanding and the wisdom to do that, not just the knowledge. It is even more. Turn knowledge into wisdom, Benita. Wow. Again, these are for all of us. So, Leslie. These are bigger cards, so I can't really shuffle them in the traditional way, so it takes a little bit longer. By the way, the online tarot gallery reading is on August 19th. That is my diamond birthday. Those of you that do not participate in the subscription for online tarot gallery reading, if that's something that you would like to experience and like to try, message me, because I have, and I didn't put it in the comments, but I have a special birthday gift for you if that's something that you would like to try on Thursday, August 19th. On Thursday, August 12th is Tarot Flow, and that's Angie's birthday. Yes, and that's her special birthday as well. So we, please, for both of us, Please join us. Tarot Flow is not a subscription yet. That's something that's a work in progress. But you can join us for Tarot Flow, and the link is there in the comments. On August 12th, Angie's birthday, and on August 19th is my diamond birthday. So if you are not a member of the Online Tarot Gallery reading subscription, but you'd like to experience it, please message me because I have something special for you. Okay, here we go. Leslie. Oh, this is Wombat Spirit, Be at Home. Wombat Spirit, Be at Home. Yeah, Pam, we have to talk. I need to talk to you. I know you've been busy, so I hadn't really messaged you. If you would, I'll message you on Facebook, and then you can tell me how to call you, because I needed to talk to you about it, about Online Tarot Gallery reading. Okay, Wombat Spirit, Be at Home. Okay, and this is that full moon, Leslie. Be at home with you. Be at home with who you are. Not what you should be doing, not what's expected of you, but who you really are. Who you really are. That's what's really, really important on this. Be at home. Wow, I like these. I like these. Okay, if you will indulge me one more. I am called to do one card with the other deck. And I'm going to shuffle real quick and do that. Okay, hold on one sec. Let me just shuffle. This is a special time. By the way, I think I said next Sunday is horoscopes. And the special continues for the adventure reading. Life is an adventure. How does that apply to you? Okay, here we go. Would you believe we got the Ten of Pentacles again? Okay, it is reminding us to share our wealth of who we are. Of who we are. Okay. Okay, Angie, was that to me, I think, that you messaged me? Okay. This is so beautiful. This is that beautiful card. You are welcome, Benita. Share your resources. And, okay, to Pam. Okay, gotcha. Okay, share your resources. Share the wonderfulness of you. Just let it all go to, it doesn't matter who it is, where it is, what time. Just share you. That's what's so perfect. You are amazing. You are a unique, beautiful individual. Own it. Love on it. And share it. This full moon was really spectacular for that. And once you do, it is so liberating to just let it all go and be fantastic. Well, I'm going to, I think that was it. We talked about Online Tarot Gallery reading and Tarot Flow. Both Angie's birthday on the 12th, mine on the 19th, her special birthday on the 12th, my diamond birthday on the 19th. So we have those two things going. And like I said, if you are, Online Tarot Gallery reading is a subscription. So if you would like to experience it without signing up fully for the subscription, for this one time only, I'm inviting you to message me and let me know that you would like to do that, because I have something special for you. Okay? So this has been a wonderful day. I'm so glad to be back with all of you. Next Sunday again, August horoscopes. The special reading, Life is an Adventure. And of course, if there's any kind of question that you have, a reading is special. A reading is unique to just you. You can have whatever questions you want. Sometimes, and one of the ways I've been doing a reading lately, and especially with my clients, is we start talking about what's happening, what's going on, what desires, what events, whatever. And I just pull the cards as we talk. And the answers come in a flow and an easy way. not just with the questions. So there are or you can have, thank you, Tricia, thank you. Or you can have your own reading with your own questions. So it's a personal, individualized, unique thing that's just for you. That's what makes it so wonderful. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Jackie. You have a great day. I'm so happy to be back with you. I love every moment. And I have a couple of people. Pam, I'm going to be in touch. Wendy, I'm going to be in touch. So I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, joy has your name on it. Bye now.